15 interceptions last year. We need a quarterback that's going to get us touchdown numbers and then limit the turnovers. About quarterbacks, guys. Let's talk about quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are the field general to everybody's game. I'm talking about the quarterback that can sling it. I'm talking about those slingers. And I'm also talking about those runners as well. This video today, though, we're going to talk about some quarterbacks that we don't want to pick up in our 2025 fantasy football season. And once again, we are back with another one. This is your boy, Walt, from I Know Fantasy Sports. And I just have to say that the season is vastly approaching us, guys. I mean, next month, let me just pull it up really quick. And I want you guys to hang with me on this video because we have some quarterbacks that we need to talk about that we don't need to draft in the 2025 fantasy football lineups and drafts. We don't want these guys. We don't want them. Preseason starts August the 7th. The Hall of Fame game is July 31st. And trust and believe that we are almost there, guys. We are almost there for the season. Now, let me ask you this. Do you guys get those draft books? Because it's been like a tradition for me every year to get either a ESPN 2025 draft book or just the NFL draft book to try to see which players we want to pick up in our lineups. What kind of league do you play in? Do you play in a PPR league or a standard league? What do you draft first? Do you draft running back first, receiver first, quarterback first? What do you do when you're drafting your team? And I want you to post in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because likes, subscribes, we're going to have fun this season, man. We're going to have fun this season, baby. Woo! I am so ready. I am so excited for this season this year, just like every year in fantasy football. I started playing fantasy football sports back in what was it? I think it was 2012, and I just got hooked. I immediately got hooked to playing. I would get on ESPN. I would get on Yahoo back then when Yahoo had the Yahoo Sports. I don't even know what it is now. I would get on Sleeper, and just draft my teams. And I would have like 4 or 5 leagues that I'd be in. That's how addicted I was. And also I would get the fantasy football books. I was always watching fantasy football videos. And I was like, you know what? I love the game of football so much. And I know a lot about the game. I might as well go ahead and start a channel on I Know Fantasy Sports. Here's where you get basketball information, football information. And I'm thinking about doing baseball information, but it's so much in baseball that I can't keep up with that. With the 162 games, so many players on all the teams and everything, and just having to figure out which pitcher is going to be in a lineup. Nah, I can't do it. But today, what we are talking about is the quarterbacks that we do not want to pick up in the 2025 fantasy football league. And let's just go. There are so many players that we can omit when it comes to quarterbacks because we want that quarterback that is going to get us points in the game. Get us points in the game. So we're going to talk about some and just let me know which quarterbacks you are staying away from, which ones are not even in the spotlight, and also which quarterbacks do you think is going to be drafted in the first round of fantasy football leagues. All right, so without further ado, let's get started here. We got the first person, and don't hate me for this one, Geno Smith. Woo-wee! Geno. So, Geno had a really good season with the Seattle Seahawks. As you can see the numbers here, this guy threw for 4,000 passing yards, which is great. ESPN rank right now in 2025 is ranked 25. Would you imagine that? 21 touchdowns. Now, here's the issue. 15 interceptions last year. We need a quarterback that's going to get us touchdown numbers and then limit the turnovers. Interceptions, fumbles, sacks. Those do not help a quarterback out. So now we got him on a new team, the Las Vegas Raiders. He's over there with Ashton Jeanty from Boise State. Woo! that might be an interesting team. But really, honestly, they really only have a decent receiver in Jacoby Myers. The tight end, I forgot the tight end's name. Jesus, it's okay. Brock something. Good tight end. We'll see what Ashton Gianti does in his rookie freshman season here. But new team, different look. Not a true number one receiver, like I said. I like Jacoby Myers. You know, I was sad that he had to leave the New England Patriots, but it is what it is. So we'll have to see. Geno has something to prove here. So, you know, new program under new coaching. We're going to just have to see, even though he's there with Pete Carroll. You know, Pete Carroll likes Geno. So, yeah, again, Geno Smith is one guy that I'll look to avoid in this league, in this season, in this time, unless he's a second quarter. You know, he's a backup quarterback for your league there, for your team. Next person we're going to go to is Russell Wilson. Now, this guy here, Russell Wilson, this guy is no longer the Seattle Seahawks Russell Wilson when he was playing with Marshawn Lynch. Just imagine Marshawn Lynch. This guy, you know, he just doesn't have it anymore. 2,482 passing yards last year. He is the Fantasy Pros ranking of 30, 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Now, with Russ, I love the man. Heck of a quarterback. You know, he will be going into the Seattle Seahawks Hall of Fame. But he just don't have it anymore. He don't have that. I don't know. He's got something to prove too on a new team, on the New York Giants. Okay, all right. He didn't impress with the Steelers. Isn't Super Bowl Seahawks caliber, like I said. But that's the next quarterback that we're going to talk about. And then we're moving on to another one. Oh, Will Levis. Will Levis. This guy came out of my rival school, University of Kentucky. Boo. Give him boos there. 2,091 passing yards last year. Fantasy Pros ranking 37. 13 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. This man almost threw one touchdown pass to every interception, basically, or vice versa. One interception to every touchdown pass, however you want to call it. It doesn't matter. This dude gets sacked so much. This man got sacked 28 times last year. And I know that there are other quarterbacks that got sacked 28 times, but throwing 2,091 yards? Oh, no, I'm good. No Will Levis for me. And I'm pretty sure no Will Levis for you and your lineups and your teams as well. He has not improved with a decent receiving core and a good running back in Tony Pollard. So that goes to show you that sometimes it's not the players that affect the quarterback, it's vice versa. It's the quarterback that affects the players. And like the last video, Calvin Ridley just wasn't it for me. As I said, you know, you got to check that video out as well. So it's a no for Will Levis, even though he is ranked 37 out of, 32 teams, 31 teams. Dang, I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. I got my little thing over here. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, let's keep moving on here to Anthony Richardson. Now, this guy came out of the University of Florida. He should have been like the Michael Crabtree of this time, where he's okay as a quarterback, which he's not, but he should have transitioned to maybe a receiver. And I'm not knocking him for trying to remain in the position, and the Colts had hyped him up as being their number one quarterback and everything. But when Joe Flacco was there, Joe Flacco was way better than Anthony Richardson. 1,814 yards. He is the Fantasy Pro rank 28, which he should be lower. 8 TDs to 12 interceptions. And here we have to not believe the hype. Even with Michael Pittman and everything, and I forgot the other receiver's name that was pretty good last year. That sometimes they get banged up or whatnot, but this dude is injury plagued, and also he's not a good passer either. When they were knocking on Lamar Jackson and everything and saying that he needed to change his position, Lamar Jackson has shown his proof. He has shown his proof in regards to where he's at now. So Anthony Richardson is a definite no for me. And I'm pretty sure he's a no-no for you as well. Next one is Trevor Lawrence. Just like Travis Etienne, they came in the same time frame, the same year. Trevor Lawrence, 2,045 passing yards. Ranked number 19, which I doubt. 11 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. He's declined over the past couple of years. He's always running for his life, too. So when it comes to the offensive line, Trevor Lawrence is. I need to see something with the offensive line and how comfortable Trevor Lawrence is going to be. I know they got Travis Hunter and everything. They picked him up, and he, we'll see what takes place with Travis Hunter and Trevor Lawrence. The two T's here, TNT. That's the bomb right there. Anyways, this guy, he seemed like he always played injured. There was always something wrong, getting banged up, especially since he got hit so much. This guy gets banged. He was getting banged up there. So this is another person, an individual that I will not be drafting unless he's a backup quarterback for me and he needs to be plugged in whenever there's a bye week. So Trevor Lawrence is another no-no. Now, I have some other quarterbacks that we're going to talk about as well, because these individuals right here, we definitely don't want to we don't want to pick up. So, but wait, there is more. So we have Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, absolute terrible, absolute atrocity. I've never been a fan of Daniel Jones because also, of course, I'm a New England Patriot fan, and Daniel Jones just ain't it for me. And when Eli Manning was there, of course, you already know with the spectacular catch that took place to have my Patriots lose. You know what I'm saying? So Daniel Jones is just not it for me. And I know he likes to run the ball as well, and he may give you some rushing yards, but yeah, I'm good on that. Drake May off of my New England Patriots. Now I know they just picked up Stephon Diggs. I know that they picked up Stephon Diggs, and Stephon Diggs is definitely a number one receiver. However, Stephon Diggs is coming off of a major injury, so we have to see what kind of burst this guy has. But also with Drake May, 2,276 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Yeah, I mean, that's decent for, Drake May's standard, you know what I'm saying? But that's not decent for me. I need my quarterbacks throwing 4,000 passing yards with 22, 25, 30, 40 even passing touchdowns. That's what I want to see with my quarterbacks. And I know getting the 40 is really hard to do, but I'm saying I need quarterbacks that's going to air it out and get touchdowns, just like any other player on offense. What? Here's Dak Prescott. You can't be serious. Yes, I'm very serious about Dak Prescott. 1,978 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. This guy, he's had the worst luck of the draw. He had a stellar team, and he can't stay healthy because his line always disappoints. Also, on top of that, Dak is just not the Dak that we saw 3 years ago, where he would tuck the ball and run and get you 50 yards rushing. They wanted him to sit more in the pocket than using his vision and take off to run when it's necessary. Yes, that's pretty much the basis of it. Dak Prescott is definitely a no-no for me. I had picked him up as my number one quarterback last year, and guess what? I had to go to the waiver wire, and I picked up Baker Mayfield. So with that being said, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think, which quarterback you are definitely hands off when it comes to the league. And then also let me know which quarterback would you draft in the first round, because some quarterbacks do go in the first round. I'm your boy Walt. I know fantasy sports. Subscribe to the channel. We are going to have fun this year, and we're going to talk about more sports as well. Peace.